Our Minnesota rivals meeting in the semifinals of the NSIC Championship Tournament. The MSUM Dragons on their road to repeat as conference champs. But first, a meeting with the Bemidji State Beavers, who had to upset the top-seeded team in the South Division just to get here tonight. Now, the winner of this game moving on to face Duluth for the NSIC Championship. We're going to pick things up in the second half. The Dragons with a double-digit lead. At one point, they're up by 14. The Beavers starting to battle back, though. The kick out to Johnny Tennyson in the corner. He drains the wide-open three. The Beavers rally back within 7 points, and they aren't done. It's a three-point game now with about 6.5 left. Another long pass behind the three-point line, and Muhammad Coney wastes no time. Another clutch three ties the semifinal game at 59. The Beavers with a 1-point lead now about 3 minutes later, but the Dragons aren't going down without a fight. Jacob Benninga steals the ball in their own paint, takes it all the way to the other side of the court, setting up shop and nailing a three-pointer of his own. The roller coaster continues. Dragons now lead by 2, but the Beavers respond immediately. It's Tennyson striking from three-point land again, this time banking in with a hand in his face. Bemidji State once again ahead. We now move to the final seconds of this game. Bemidji State still up by 1. Lorenzo McGee driving inside, can't find a good shot, so he passes it to Gavin Baumgartner. Feed right back to McGee with just 3 seconds left on the clock. Fires it at the buzzer, and it's going to fall. MSUM surviving and advancing with an absolutely wild buzzer beater from one of their senior leaders. The Dragons winning an instant classic. MSUM now returns to the NSIC Championship game where a familiar foe awaits them. The Dragons will now play Minnesota Duluth in a rematch from last year's title game. The NSIC Championship tips off tomorrow at 7 down in Sioux Falls. The Bison baseball team closing out a doubleheader against the UC San Diego Tritons tonight. The Tritons winning the opening game with the Bison looking for revenge here. Top of the very first inning, Drew Sackett launches this one down the third baseline. It's going to just stay fair, and that's going to be good enough for a double, moving Caden Schwabe to third. He would go home on the very next play, which was a routine grounder. The Bison with a 1-0 lead. Next, we have Terrell Huggins up to bat, and he gets every bit of this one, blasting it all the way over the left field wall. Huggins and Sackett return home with the home run. The Bison move ahead 3-0. Same score here in the bottom of that inning. The Tritons with a runner in scoring position, but he's not going to be out there much longer. Parker Pitts striking the batter out swinging, keeping San Diego off the board. The Bison now looking to add to their lead here in the top of the second. Schwabe looking to bunt to advance the runner, but the throw to first from the San Diego pitcher goes way out of play. Zach Kluvers comes home on the error. The Bison jump out to a 4-0 lead, but as you can see here, this one took quite the turn. That's the wrong score, by the way. San Diego grabbing the lead in the bottom with an 11-run performance, running that the rest of the way. The Bison now fall to 1-7 to start the year after dropping both games to UC San Diego. They travel to Arizona State for their next contest. And 7 Bison wrestlers have been pre-seeded in the upcoming Big 12 championships. Leading the way is Jared Franek, who's the top seed in the 157-pound bracket. The West Fargo graduate's the second-ranked wrestler in the nation at that 157-pound mark. 4 more Bison grabbed top 5 seeds. Michael Caliendo's the third-ranked grappler at 165 pounds. Kellen March at 4th in the 149-pound bracket. And DJ Parker and Owen Pence are both 5th seeded in their brackets. Parker in the 184 and Pence in the 195. The Big 12 championship starts on March 4th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Another championship to add to our very fun schedule.
They're beginning to make a name for themselves in the wrestling
Very
world.
much so. They reached the highest rank in the national wrestler rankings that they've ever had in program history, well, as a Division I team. So big stuff coming up for NDSU wrestling. All NDSU sports, really.
Thanks, Devin.
Stick around after the break. Hutch is back in with one more look at your forecast. A couple first